here. I don't know how it's here already, but it's WrestleMania week, the most exciting time of the year.
WrestleMania is tomorrow's tomorrow, and since I'm a wrestling channel by YouTube law, I must do a prediction video. So let's get started with this bad boy right here. It is a World Championship match, Jey Uso versus Gunther.
Very simple gesture for very simple people.
And my prediction is that you are going to win this belt. That's right, you, the viewer, because at 20,000 subscribers, I'm going to give this belt away. We're already at 15,300, so we're getting closer. Let's bump those numbers up. How do you win it? Great question. All you got to do is comment below. Comment below, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell. Ding, 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 ding. Notification. And then, yeah, maybe a thumbs up. I know there's a lot of prediction videos out there, so you might be like, oh, gee whiz, do I really have to hit the thumbs up? You don't have to, but yeah, please, thumbs up. I'd appreciate it. And why am I doing this? Because I want to quit the day job and produce wrestling content full time. My boss has found out about the YouTube channel, so I think I'm on borrowed time. I better... This channel needs to pop off pretty quickly. Hey guys, so let's talk about who's gonna win that gold belt, Jey Uso or Gunther. I'm thinking, you know, there's a part of me that's like wondering if they'll pull Roman Reigns in that WrestleMania. He would win, even though all signs pointed to Cody Rhodes beating him at WrestleMania 39, and then he didn't. And it was like, wait, what? We're not finishing the story? You let the villain win? What if they let the villain win here and Gunther continues his reign? I don't think so, though. I don't think so. You can only go by the name main event Jey Uso for so long before you become lower mid-card Jey Uso. Jey Uso would look like such a chump if he lost here. Jimmy Uso sacrificed his life for this feud.
Send some security out here to get this guy out of the ring.
Tonight was supposed to be about...
Well, go tell the general manager, Rod.
I'm not going to let it go to waste. Gunther is going to lose. It looks like Gunther's kryptonite is the grandest stage of them all and somebody who's not on his level. That you combine those two things and you got a victory for beating Gunther. What do you mean Jay's not on his level? I still love Jey. You know, it's okay. I love Jey. Don't worry. Sometimes if I even blink the wrong way at Jey, people will be like, oh, you're such a Jey Uso hater. And I'm not. I don't say that as a bad thing. It's good to punch above your weight class. That's how you get better and you get into that next weight class. At one point, Stone Cold Steve Austin was not in Bret the Hitman Hart's league, but he punched above his weight class, and not only did he get in his league, but he surpassed it as one of the greatest of all times. So Jey Uso might not be in Gunther's league right now, but when it's all said and done and the smoke clears and they finally stitch up Jimmy Uso, that Jey might be eye level to Gunther, and that's a good thing. We want to elevate. We want to use this to finally elevate Jey Uso to the promised land. And I am picking Jey Uso because we can't let him lose this. He just can't. We can't. Next up, we have Jade Cargill versus Naomi. I would have put the house. I would have bet my house on Jade Cargill all year long. Whoever Jade fights at WrestleMania 41, she's gonna beat. But now, because Naomi's character work is so freaking good,
I strongly advise you to proceed with caution.
There's a chance that they pivot and give it to Naomi. Naomi's character has just been out of nowhere. Naomi's like a sleeper agent. She's had 13 years of kind of a mid character to suddenly being like the best. She's literally one of my favorite characters right now. Naomi is doing the best work of her career, and it's a shame. It's a darn right shame that I have to. Oh, I love Jade Cargill too, but I really want Naomi to win. But I'm gonna take my feelings out of this, and I'm gonna give it to Jade Cargill. Well deserved, and I'm not mad that Jade Cargill's gonna win, or my prediction is that she wins. But if I was booking it, it'd be Naomi, but I'm picking Jade Cargill. Don't get mad at me, all right? If you're like, how dare you? I mean, I don't know. I dare because I that's what I think. You know, I've had life experiences that led me to this conclusion. I'm not saying that Jade is better than Naomi. I'm literally telling you I want Naomi to win, but I feel they're going to go with Jade Cargill based on just how the WWE machine works. And it's not even a bad thing. I like Jade too, so don't just be like, we don't have to hate them both. You know that, right? You can actually like both wrestlers. I actually like both Gunther and Jey too. You don't have to hate everybody.
Yarami!
LA Knight and Jacob Fatu. It could go one of two ways. Like, no duh, right? It's one of two ways. How many choices are there? Well, in the multiverse, there's actually an infinite possibility of choices that it could go. You know, in one reality, Hikaleo's gonna win. You're like, Hikaleo, who exactly? This is the multiverse I'm talking about, but in this universe, there could go one of two ways, and I'm gonna say the first way is Solo Sikoa interferes and costs Jacob Fatu the match, and LA Knight retains. That's not the way I'm going, though. This is the coming out of Jacob Fatu. I'm coming out. I want the world to see. I don't know the rest of that song, but Jacob Fatu is going to win. And then we will start Jacob Fatu's first feud is going to be Solo Sikoa after this, and maybe we wait for the big turn after WrestleMania, but for right now, right here, Jacob wins the title. Let's do the other mid-card. It's the Fatal 4-Way. Dominic, Mysterio, Finn Balor, Penta, and we got Braun Breaker. Man, you know what? That last name Breaker is so appropriate with that spear that he has.
Oh, wait a minute! Interception!
Yes, he's going to move.
Oh, good. Oh, wildly. Breaker with a spear. Night. I'm on.
Easy ascend.
Oh! Hooker. Roman. Spear!
He does break people in half. All right, so who do I think is going to win? I think this is a perfect opportunity to get the belt off of Braun and let him go on his merry way to the main event scene without having to take a loss. And this will then go to
619. Dominic's about to upset Penta.
Dominic Mysterio is like, you know, he's low-key, like very sneakily, maybe kind of sort of the MVP of WWE. He wrestles all the time on house shows, gets the most heat. People are starting to like him. And yeah, you know, I think it's time to reward Dominic Mysterio for everything that he has done. And of course, Finn Balor's going to take the pin because it's Finn Balor, you know? If you remember that multiverse I was talking about, in every scenario for this match, Finn Balor actually took the pin. So, I am very hot right now because my air in my house is off. And so I might be sweating, so just deal with it. Don't worry, Drew. I'm wearing deodorant. Drew McIntyre actually released a PSA telling wrestling fans to wear deodorant.
Wear deodorant. Please wear deodorant.
And I second that. Drew McIntyre versus Damian Priest right now. Against all odds, this feud is a banger. Awesome. Love it. And I mean, no shade, maybe a little bit of shade, a lot of shade on Damian Priest, but Drew McIntyre deserved better. But that said, they both did a good job, and I do want to see this. I think that this will be for Drew McIntyre all the way. I think if they play their cards right, I actually did this in How to Save WrestleMania. I really, really think they should do this here. When Drew McIntyre beats Damian Priest, he should give him a handshake afterwards, kind of getting ready to flip Drew to a face, and Damian Priest can, he earns the respect of the crowd. And I think a loss will do him great things here. Now let's go to the War Raiders versus the New Day. I actually wore my War Raiders shirt for this video on purpose because I wanted to tell them to their face. All right, so Ivar and other Ivar I don't even know their names. It's like the Motor City Machine Guns, Marty Jannetty 1, Marty Jannetty 2, then the LWO's Hat Guy, No Hat Guy. This is Ivar and other Ivar. You're talking to a guy who broke out a Deuce and Domino reference.
Oh, there they are, SmackDown's newest tag team.
Last week. I don't know active wrestlers' names because I just don't care about you, War Raiders, to the point that I am predicting that you lose, but you better not win. You better not win because New Day rocks. They need to win this championship. That we cannot waste the heel turns. Nobody wants to see these guys win. I mean, maybe like one dude in Australia, but that's about it. New Day, that's my prediction. And, like, they have to do it. Please let the New Day win. Like, please. I don't want us to break Big E's heart for nothing. Think of Big E. Logan Paul versus AJ Styles. I actually did this in my How to Save WrestleMania video also, and I think it's going to happen. So I really think that Karrion Kross is going to turn on AJ Styles and cost him his match. What's AJ Styles really doing right now? If he beats Logan Paul, what does he do? But if he loses to Logan Paul because of Karrion Kross, well, that then allows for a feud of Karrion Kross and AJ Styles to go forward. I think that is the option there. So I'm going to go Logan Paul wins with Karrion Kross interfering on behalf of Logan Paul. I think he is, Karrion Kross keeps saying, no, we must beat the YouTuber.
I mean, where does Logan Paul get off talking trash?
Stop with this.
And it's like, that's a face thing to do, kind of, sort of. So I think he's just kind of playing AJ right now.
My favorite bad guy is the phenomenal AJ Styles.
For whatever reason, he's trying to goat AJ, and that's the feud right there moving forward. So AJ has to take the pin. Sorry, I know that's gonna make a lot of people mad because everybody hates the YouTuber. You guys hate me. Not gonna lie, if Logan Paul's like, I need a YouTuber to partner with, to tag team with, and I'll be like, right here, sir, just let me get my Prime. Let me get my Prime bottle so I can hydrate myself. And you got one of those, I'm kind of hungry. You got a Feastable? Is that what they're called? Feastables? I don't know. Liv Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez, Bayley, and Lyra Valkyria. Liv Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez winning. Hopefully Bayley will just get super mad.
Break my back again.
I'm not. We're tag partners now.
Tag partners. Damn
We
good
still,
tag team.
yeah, we're good. We're good.
And beat up Lyra, and they can go off and have a program on themselves because this is such a nothing match. This match should not be on the card. And let's be honest, the War Raiders and New Day shouldn't be on the card either. It should be the Street Profits versus the Motor City Machine Guns versus DIY in a TLC match. That, if we're going to have one tag team match on the card, that was the tag team match to have. However, it's 2 nights of WrestleMania. I don't understand why we can't have all 3 tag team matches on it. But that said, also, we had like a 10-week build since Royal Rumble. I don't understand why Liv and Raquel have such a nothing feud. I don't understand why the New Day and the Viking Warriors, the War Raiders, I don't even know your guys' names anymore. I don't understand why they only had a 3-week feud, and it wasn't even really that big of a feud. Although it was funny when they were trying to jump on their heads in the chairs. And when the War Raiders were all serious, and then the New Day are just playing Clash of Clans. Love the New Day. They need a win. By the way, did you know that Triple H is going to the Hall of Fame? If you didn't, he is. I should start playing video packages during my videos. I'll just start playing Triple H Hall of Fame video packages. Up next, we got...
He is an icon. He is a trailblazer.
Grande Americano versus Rey Mysterio Jr. Hashtag justice for Chad. Still want Chad on the card. Maybe Chad Gable can fight Randy Orton. But that said, I do believe this will be a really good match. I'm going to go with... Who do I go with? This one's tough. Plenty of times where I thought, oh man, Rey Mysterio doesn't need the win. Dominic needs the win. And then Rey Mysterio wins. So they like to give Rey Mysterio a lot of wins. Americano Grande versus Rey Mysterio. I'm going to go with Americano or Grande Americano, so the feud can continue and it can culminate into a mask versus mask match either at Backlash, or if we can figure out a way to stretch it out all the way to probably not SummerSlam, but we could probably get to maybe Saturday night's main event or something. But yeah, we that's my call. Americana, Grande Americana, whatever. Tiffany versus Charlotte. This is our Jerry Springer match of the night where it got real. And boy, man, who's going to win this one? Who's going to win Charlotte versus Tiffany? I'm going to say Tiffany. Honestly, I think it was going to be Charlotte. I was leaning towards Charlotte, but I think there's actual backstage heat because of how far that those promos that they've done have gone off the rails.
And you love to put on this facade like nothing gets to you, but then you're crying on some boohoo talk show? If I have to come second, what would you come, guys? What would you like me to say? I can't hear you, Tiffany! It's so squeaky!
And I'm believing that Charlotte's going to take the loss as punishment for those promos going off the rails, being the veteran. And so Charlotte loses. Randy Orton versus question mark. He was supposed to fight KO Kevin Owens, and it looks like Kevin is injured, like a serious neck injury, and that totally sucks. There's still a part of me that's hoping this is all a work for multiple reasons, because that would be such an awesome storyline. Plus, I don't want Kevin to actually be hurt. And if you are Kevin, I mean, no disrespect by this. You're just so talented that I never know if you're telling me the truth or not. And that's a good thing. So if you are really injured, then I wish you a speedy recovery. If you are not injured, then I think Randy Orton will win. Now, let's say Kevin Owens is really injured, which I do think he is. So I'm not trying to get anybody's hopes up. I'm the one that's hoping. I'm hoping Kevin is not injured. But if Randy then has to go and fight Nick Aldis, Randy's going to win. If Randy's going to go and fight Solo Sikoa, Randy's going to win. If Randy Orton goes and fights Bronson Reed, because we have like a mystery opponent, or Aleister Black, or
Rusev Machka.
Rusev, then it becomes questionable, because do you let a returning wrestler lose? No matter who it is, Randy Orton will get the pin unless it's Bronson Reed. I think it's going to be Nick Aldis, though.
Maybe you lose the suit for a night and you gear up too.
Io Sky, Rhea, and Bianca Belair. Ooh, this one's tough. This one's so tough. Triple H loves Rhea Ripley and loves giving her everything, so he would love to have her win. Bianca Belair has not been defeated at WrestleMania, so it's like we got to protect that. But does Triple H even care about that? He's like, oh, she's only won 4 times. It's not a big deal. We got to start somewhere, dude. Got to start somewhere. You know, Undertaker didn't start 20-0. He started 1-0, 2-0, 3-0, 4-0. So we got to protect Bianca at all costs. And then there's Io. The story would dictate this. If I was just to take out the fact that Triple H loves Rhea Ripley and Bianca has an undefeated record, I would actually go Io, because it seems like they're overlooking her so much, and that Io would sneak in and win the match, and it'd be like, see, you should have paid attention to her. That's who I'd pick. However, I'm going.
Because you cannot spell WrestleMania without E-S-T.
Bianca Belair, she has a storyline set up for her because she wins the title, and guess who comes out? Jade Cargill, and then we have a matchup right there, a feud right there, plus Rhea on the ever looming horizon, maybe SummerSlam even, and Rhea and Io can go at it while Bianca takes the title and feuds with Jade Cargill or Naomi. Naomi's actually probably who she'll feud with first. Jade Cargill at SummerSlam. Yeah, there you go. But that said, Bianca Belair. All right, 2 to go. The main events. Paul Heyman on a pole match. We got Seth Rollins, CM Punk, and Roman Reigns. Again, doesn't matter who I want to win. Who I think will win. Seth Rollins. I think Seth Rollins is gonna win. I feel there's a lot more storyline coming out of a Seth Rollins victory. I will say this, though. I said that same exact thing with Solo Sikoa and Roman Reigns at Netflix. There's just more stories coming out of a Solo victory than a Roman victory, and Roman still won. So I could totally be wrong, but I say Seth Rollins, and whatever Seth does, it does get Paul Heyman away from those two. Now, will Paul Heyman become Seth's manager, or will Seth just release him? I don't know, but I'm gonna go Seth. I don't have a real great reason other than if CM Punk wins, okay, now he has nothing to really strive for, because his goal was always main event WrestleMania. Maybe if he loses here, then his next goal could be main event and win WrestleMania. And then Roman Reigns, if he wins, it's like, okay, good. I can now move on to be champion, right? Or if he loses, he freaks out, right? Just freaks out, and he leaves for like 2 or 3 months. He goes on a walkabout, kind of like last year, but different, because he didn't lose that title this year. He didn't lose the thing that he thought made him relevant, but now he's losing the thing that he thinks makes him the tribal chief.
It's funny how much a year can change. This time last year I was untouchable. I should have tightened my grip around this company's neck.
And so he goes on a walkabout. He can be gone for like 3 or 4 months and come back. If he wins, why does he leave for 4 months? But if he loses, he does leave to find what he's missing, what he has lost that made him the tribal chief. So I feel that Seth Rollins has to win, because if Seth loses, it doesn't matter. He'll just show up with a weird outfit again and start laughing. So if he wins, though, he has all these bragging rights. Roman can leave for a while, come back as his final evolution, while CM Punk and Seth Rollins go at each other. So yeah, picking Seth. And so now we are at the main event of night 2. John Cena versus Cody Rhodes. And there are people out there who are actually picking Cody Rhodes. And I want to applaud you people, because your optimism, your I don't know, your steadfastness in the face of all facts, I applaud, because there's no way John Cena is losing. They turned this dude heel just so he can lose at WrestleMania? No way, no how are they letting John Cena lose here. This is Empire Strikes Back. The bad guys are winning. Cody can have his year next year. He'll get the title back at some point, probably December. Let's have that ruthless aggression, PLE, in December for John Cena. But yeah, no way, no how John Cena's gonna win. Do I want John Cena to win? Actually, yes, I do. I do actually want John Cena to win. But I don't hate Cody. I'm not a Cody hater. But I just don't. Yeah, he just can't beat John Cena. This heel turn's already almost pointless, because, like, did you sell your soul, or you just made a 10-year-old?
Toxic!
But I don't know. Whatever it is, he did turn, and we gotta make something out of it, so he wins the title. Notice that I haven't said anything about The Rock. That's because if The Rock doesn't want to show up for the WrestleMania build, then he doesn't get to show up in my prediction video. But you're like, he's in your prediction video. Yeah, it's The Rock. He can do whatever he wants, and even when I don't want him in my prediction video, he gets in the prediction video.
Look at you now, boy!
But it don't matter. My pick is John Cena winning, whether or not The Rock shows up. I think The Rock will show up, and he'll do something. He will definitely do something to make it sway into John Cena's favor, but at the end of the day, with or without, John Cena is your winner. And that's how we end WrestleMania 41. What did you think of my predictions? Tell me what you thought was right and what you thought was more right, because I'm not wrong, right? You gotta agree with everything I say. If you don't, we're gonna have like a sparring battle in the comments. No, you are free to disagree with me, and unlike Triple H, I will still say you exist. So, and that you're a real person. So, boys and girls, let me know in the comments below who you think is gonna win what matches at WrestleMania, and have yourselves a great day.